Brighten up those dark mornings. Wheeler, Ollie, and Lecter. Mornings at the Cabin.
Goodness gracious me, we don't hang around here at Cabin Radio. Got into the building 27 seconds ago. Took the jacket off. Ran into Studio One. Scott, of course, has already sat across the other side of the board, confident that someone would come in and sit in the main position and do something at some point.
Yeah.
And
Always
you
confident.
Proved right.
We come in prepared. That's the thing.
Are we supposed to come in prepared?
Come in relatively prepared.
Okay.
We come in with an idea as to what's going to transpire over the next 2 hours.
Okay, yeah. I have a basic sense of purpose. Is that enough?
Yeah.
All right, good. It's Friday. That's nice.
I mean, on Friday, what more can you ask?
Yeah. Just knowing what you're about.
Yeah.
In a general sense.
We roll up. Isn't that good enough?
We roll up.
What do you want from us?
Some of us roll up later than others, but we roll up. And we're all in. AJ's in the office doing important AJ things, making sure that there's enough money to barely pay us.
Jesse's getting you tea, no doubt.
Jesse's no doubt getting... That's why he's not here.
I would have to think.
He's actually gone to pick the tea. He's currently on a hillside in Sri Lanka.
You're going to feel bad about complaining. This is going to be the best cup of tea you ever had.
Funny thing, I don't really drink tea.
What?
I mean, like, I'll drink it if someone offers it. I'll be like, oh, yeah, thanks. I'll have a tea. But I never drunk tea on a regular basis.
What happened to hot chocolate?
Well, I just feel like it's a 2020. It's new Healthy Ollie. Healthy Ollie can't drink a hot chocolate first thing every morning. Healthy Ollie, occasionally has a tea to fit in with the rest of the crowd, except when the rest of the crowd doesn't bother to buy him a tea, and then he just stands in a corner and feels healthy.
There's really no winning for 2020 Ollie.
2020 Ollie's having a tough go.
He looks good, though.
But he looks good.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast.
Hi. I didn't make the intro because I'm a bad person. No, I just slept in a little bit.
We love you all the same.
I went into the other room this time. I left the main bedroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was up and she stayed up later than me, and it was 11:30. I was like, should I just go to the other room? She's like,
yes.
Yeah. So that's it. That's the end of our relationship. It's all downhill from here.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I just need to, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Who did Betty choose?
Of course he chose her.
Yeah,
Betty gets all excited when she's around. When I'm around, she's like, well, we're going to go for a walk or what? God, man. What's wrong with you? I think, you know what? I actually think she's a little standoffish lately because I sound like a monster when I sleep.
Ah.
So I think she's a little she's like, ooh.
The monster seems nice during the day,
but at night, he's screaming bloody murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about this.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, and the other night I asked Keith on our trivia team.
Yeah.
Older gentleman. Are you a snorer? He's like, I used to be. I was like, hey, what'd you do? And he's like, I got a CPAP machine. I was like, I don't want to do that. Because I don't think I have apnea. Because I don't wake up all the time during the night. I sleep through the night. But I snore a lot.
Yeah.
Now. I used to snore occasionally, now I snore a lot. I know this has been an ongoing theme for the last few weeks, but it's starting to affect my life.
Well, for sure, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could definitely cut out on the dairy, cut out on the sugar, and not eat crap. I've eaten a lot less crap this year in 2020. But yeah, so I've kind of turned the corner into old man snoring territory, and I don't know what to do. Now I have a friend who goes through the same thing, and he's not a big person. He's actually in pretty good shape, but he's got some upper respiratory stuff, so he snores, and I was like, what do you do? And he's like, sometimes I sleep on the couch. She'll wear earplugs, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. I mean that's, you kind of sound like you've come to some sort of balance.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I just don't want to do, Phoenix doesn't like kicking me out of bed. She's like, I don't want you to leave bed.
Well, right. Yeah.
This is just terrible.
It's not an ideal solution for sure.
Yeah. She's like, you sound like she's like, you sound like you're a screaming monster. And I'm like, oh. That's too bad.
Some people find that peaceful.
Right. Some people like, you know what? I'm comforted by this big monster next to me because he's so warm. I don't care if he snores.
Well, at least you know that if a big monster is sleeping beside you,
yeah,
a bigger monster is probably going to be kept away. by its presence?
Maybe.
Is that how it
like
works?
I've kind of marked my territory. And, like people, what the hell is that? It's
Yeah.
like, oh, that's their beast.
Yeah.
That they keep in the bedroom to keep them safe.
Yeah.
You know?
Then other beasts listen through the door and they're like, oh, there's a beast in
There's
there.
a beast.
Right?
Oh, there's already a beast in there. We'll go to the next house.
There's plenty of houses where there's no beasts.
That's right.
We can,
that's right.
I can bust into those ones.
Well, if I'm scaring away monsters, then, I mean, that's better. That's good.
Yeah, it's a good spin
I can
on it,
live
right?
with that. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's best to take the positive out of every situation. Even this one.
Sometimes, I guess, you just have to scare away monsters from the other room or from the couch.
From the couch. I'm not going to sleep on that couch. We actually bought a bunch of furniture when we moved into this place.
Mm.
Like they were moving out of town, and they were like, "Do you want some of this stuff? Like we'll make a price, and we'll give you a bed frame, a mattress, and a box spring, a couch, a love seat, and a chair, a table, a storage unit,
God.
a freezer.
What is this, Showcase Showdown?
And a 60-inch TV.
Holy.
It was up on the wall. It was already there. They're like, we don't take it down. We don't take it with us. And a few other things. And we gave them like $1,500 when we moved in. Like, here's $1,500. We'll take all this stuff. You don't have to take it with you. We need a little bit of furniture anyway.
Yeah.
And I was like, these couches are comfortable. I sat in them a couple times. Like, yeah. Now I try to sleep on them. No dice. They're terrible. They're terrible. It was a former day home, so I think they've just been well worn.
Right.
Yeah. But we got a big freezer now, so that's nice.
No, you can't sleep in that though.
No, you can't. Well, I mean, you could. If you could, live in sub-zero temperatures.
Yeah. I'll throw on your jacket.
Right, yeah,
pants.
exactly. Get a sealskin jacket, sealskin, like some polar bear pants, some nice Sorels. Get in there, snug as a bug.
No, don't sleep in the freezer.
I mean, it might cure this snoring problem. Maybe it just freezes all this stuff that
or
I'm
just
like,
shrinks it.
Maybe I'm not
a little bit.
I mean, I don't feel phlegmy.
Yeah.
This is fascinating for everybody, I'm sure. But I mean, this is part of my life. This is what I like talking about. I like talking about what's going on in our lives.
Yeah.
I like talking about my personal existence.
Right.
I don't know if anybody wants to hear about it, but maybe somebody can relate to it.
I'm sure
there's
lots
someone
of
out there
people can,
right now who's like, my partner also snores.
Yeah.
I want to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
But now I listen to Wheeler talk about it, and you know what? I'll let him live for a few more days.
I just want to inflict a little pain.
Little pain.
That's it.
Just prick him with something. And she's done it a couple times, giving me the push over.
Yeah.
And, but now she's just like, yeah, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. Even if you change sides, it doesn't work.
I know Nicole's heard you talk about it a couple times, and she's just like, when it comes up, she just looks at me and she's like, thank God you stopped snoring. I think I told you when we were traveling, when we were on our trip,
would snore a lot.
I started snoring for some reason.
Changes in air, changes in air quality, changes in barometric pressure, stuff like that, maybe.
Well, it was so strange because it was on a night where I was more exhausted than I've ever felt in my life, and I was a little bit sick, and I just slept like an absolute rock, but started snoring that night, and then for the rest of the trip, which was like I think 4 months,
right?
I was snoring like semi-consistently, and I was getting really kind of upset about it because it's
upsetting.
Yeah, you get woken up and then your partner tells you that you woke them up or kept them awake.
Your partner says to you, you're a piece of garbage.
And you feel so bad because you have zero control over it in the moment, right?
And this where I feel bad is because I do have a bit of control over it. I could, the long-term plan is to lose a bit of weight,
right?
But also to do vocal exercises because I've been reading all up about it. I even talked to an old vocal coach saying like, this is what I read about some snoring. I'm trying to do a bunch of different things to kind of alleviate this. And vocal exercise I heard was one. And she was like, yeah, it is. Here's a little list of things that you can do daily that aren't too crazy. You don't have to get up every day and like warm up for half an hour, but you can like do little vocal exercises, like kind of undulate your uvula in the back.
Undulate?
Like, kind of, and then like drag your tongue from the tip of your tongue from the back of your teeth to the back of your throat, just to kind of like stretch everything.
Okay.
Because as you get older, everything gets a little softer. I've been soft for a while, but that includes the muscles around your throat.
Right.
So if that happens and everything kind of falls back to the back of your throat, that's why you're snoring, right?
Just saying, your innards just all start to cave in on themselves.
That's right. That's absolutely right. So like my tongue will eventually fall into my throat and dip into my stomach.
And that'll be it.
That'll be it.
Yeah.
Worst ways to go, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, that's the changes. But I mean, when you're out like a rock like that, you're exhausted and you're sick.
Yeah.
Like I only used to snore when I was drunk. I mean, like when I came home and you just pass right out and you'd be like,
yeah.
Like, why are you snoring so much? She's like, oh, I had a night. So looking for solutions. If anybody has any, please call the rant line. Hey, you know what? Call the rant line and be like, stop talking about your snoring. It's stupid.
It's waking me up.
It's waking me up. But I can't cram a sock in there. So I need another solution other than the long-term solution, which is just getting a little bit healthier and cutting out that dairy.
Ugh.
You know what she did last night? Chocolate cake. A lava cake. She did it.
What's she trying to do? She's not trying to help.
No. That's Phoenix's MO. Not trying to help anybody. I love you.
Cabin Radio's Morning Show Podcast. All the best chat, none of the embarrassing mistakes.
Copperhouse wants to get the sponsor for Mornings at the Cabin. Of course, Mark Henry came in yesterday, talked about the drive-through window, talked about Burger Week. It was nice to have him in, talk about what's going on down at the Copperhouse this weekend. Starting on the 28th, going all the way through to the end of the game, the big old game, on Sunday. If you order pizza online, pick up at the drive-through before the big game on Sunday, you get entered to win a trip for two to Vancouver, Edmonton, or Calgary. Name entered for every online order picked up through the drive-thru. You got to order online to get your name into the contest. Now, you can go to the Copperhouse website and get the app, join their loyalty rewards program. If you are a member of that loyalty rewards program, through this weekend, double entries into the contest for everything you buy.
I liked how he wanted to make it, when Mark was in yesterday, he wanted to make it explicitly clear.
Yes. Online
order online.
Order online. Because you did
take your order over the phone.
They don't want to be a middleman. You don't want to call the hostess and be like, "Hi, I'd like to order something online, please." Ugh. I'll just get my iPad so I can do this for you. Order online.
I mean, they'll do it. Just know they're not happy about it.
That's right. And they'll screw up your order on purpose.
So
no, they won't. They won't do that. But I mean, just order online. That way, you're not just keeping them on the phone while you do order online.
You're making their jobs easier.
That's
right.
I
mean, don't you, in general, always want to make the jobs of the people who are preparing your food at least a little bit easier?
I would venture a guess that 75% of people out there don't. They come in with a lot of expectations as to what should be going on, and it just kind of goes that way.
Do you know people like that who are like otherwise very pleasant people, but you get into a restaurant and they just turn into the Incredible Hulk? And not in a good way. Not a
good way, like smashing things around.
Yeah, not a fighting evil kind of way, but just they become awful.
No, I don't. You know why? Because if I had one of those in my life, I would punt them out of my life. You just wouldn't go to a restaurant with. If you had a person like that in your life that you kept in your life. I mean, it's often said that you can tell how good a good person, not necessarily this isn't like the only way to tell,
not the golden rule or anything.
But it's like if someone treats wait staff and people in the service industry like crap, that's not a good person.
Yeah,
straight up, it's not a good person.
Yeah,
there's expectations that you have when you go to a restaurant that you're gonna get. You're gonna get service, you're gonna get things on time,
right? And
that's why great service gets bigger tips, good service gets a tip, and bad service gets kind of like you're kind of like wrestling with yourself whether or not you should even tip. Like, is this a learning? This is a teachable moment for you,
right?
Your service was crap. Here's your bill. So I mean, and I mean, if you had someone in your life that treated waitstaff like crap, but for whatever reason had to stay in your life as a friend or a family member or whatever, you just wouldn't go to a restaurant with that person.
Yeah,
like I can't go to a restaurant with you because you're a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no, I don't have anybody like that in my life.
And it is like it's a strong reflection, of your character. That if you suddenly see someone as a lesser than, like a lower class or something.
It's the same people who on Facebook comment sections will say, "Well, if you're not getting paid enough, go get a better job."
Yeah,
and we decry the people that do the services that we require every day, like people,
or that we just enjoy.
Right? Going out to a restaurant, grabbing a coffee on the way to work. People are like, "Well, these are low-paying jobs for a reason, like because they're super easy." It's like, go do them then. Go get up at 4:00 in the morning and prepare your coffee for Tim Hortons. Like, it's not, none of these jobs are easy. They're just, they're low-wage jobs for whatever reason, and like you can't, if you require a service every day, like getting coffee or getting breakfast or whatever, don't crap on the people that are doing those jobs.
And yet those are the people
that can't do that job.
Yeah, and yet those are the people that expect the highest
I know.
level of service. Every time.
I mean, and like I don't have any of those people in my life. If you want to see any of those people in your life and you're not a member of Bite Me Yellowknife, go on Bite Me Yellowknife. And every week someone will be like, I went into this place and it was terrible. And then through the comment section, it'll come out that like, no, it doesn't sound like it was terrible. It just sounds like you're a bit of an idiot. Not naming anybody, but yeah.
Is that always the conclusion?
Not always.
I don't follow Bite Me Yellowknife.
Not always. So. But Bite Me Yellowknife is endlessly entertaining for stuff like that. They try to moderate it, but like sometimes people have bad service.
Well,
and they want to talk about it,
right? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's if you had a bad service moment, talk to the people that work in that place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's not passive aggressive enough.
But there's also people who are
aggressive.
There's also people who are just trying to get free stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'll make a complaint so I get a free meal next time. It's like, okay. Like I had a buddy who used to go to movies with all the time. We used to go to movies as a big group, and every time, without fail, after the movie, he'd make a complaint to the manager and get a free movie because that's all they want to do. He was just like any complaint about anything. They're just like, oh, here's a free movie pass. Get out of my face. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I could tell you where that's not going to fly.
That's right.
Capitol Theater.
Cabin Radio. Oh. No, it's not going to fly. It's not going to fly Cabin Theater either. No.
Chris will look at you and be like, get the hell out of my theater.
Get out of my theater. Oh, man. So anyway, Copper House, great sponsors. Thank you so much. I was about to get into Pet Project, but I like this topic more. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about dog rate later, which is a Twitter account where they rate dogs. I
Seems simple enough.
Seems simple enough. Dogs are cute. Rate them. But so that service industry stuff, it trickles into other things. It boils over into other things. Did you see the video of the kid who was standing in line for a Connor McDavid autograph and then had his jersey in his hand? Connor Mac signs the little card that he's supposed to give him, gives the card, and the kid walks away. He's disappointed, throws the jersey in the lake at West Edmonton Mall, which also already is a jerk move. But he's a kid. I understand he's a kid. He's upset.
Yeah.
But after that, people like tried to make it that Connor McDavid was racist. Like, you signed a white kid's jersey, but not this First Nation kid's jersey. They say First Nations. And like a bunch of these posts, and then a bunch of posts under that is like, we signed my kid's jersey. I'm Indigenous. But what now? But like just trying to get something out of it. Like the only point of sharing that video was to make McDavid look like an ass. Right. And to maybe try to get something out of it for yourself.
Well, he's so perfect in every other way.
I mean, he's so perfect.
God.
He's 22 years old.
Gotta find something
obviously
wrong
knows
with this
everything.
Kid.
Obviously has all the tools to handle all of this because he's 22.
Yeah. Good at hockey.
Yeah.
Tons of money.
So
good looking kid. What more do you need?
What more do you need? What came out of that though is that it was like a sponsored signing. Right. So it was an Upper Deck sponsored signing. He was only supposed to sign Upper Deck stuff. And now apparently he signed some jerseys that weren't Upper Deck, whatever.
Yeah.
And got told not to do it. And I mean, yeah, you're McDavid. You can basically do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But he's also got a little bit of integrity, right? So if you're being paid by somebody to do something and they ask you not to do this one thing and you just crap all over it, like you're not kind of upholding your end of the agreement.
I would have liked Connor to take more of a Robin Hood approach on this.
For God's sake.
You just defy the authority.
Yeah.
Sign everything.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
I mean,
they're
nothing
kick
really.
Connor McDavid out of there?
No, they're not. You're absolutely right. But at the same time, when there's hundreds of people lined up, you can't sign everything. You just can't.
Oh, sure you can.
Okay. Whatever. You're playing devil's advocate, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
As for the kid, his reaction throwing it in it was an Oilers jersey.
Throwing it in a place like where they
throwing it in the pond in the middle of the
tough to get at now, and it's just like
He threw it in the fountain.
He threw it in like the lake where the pirate ship is.
Oh,
he threw it in that because it was like the signing was on like the bridge that goes across it, and I mean. I had the same reaction. I had the same, like a lot of people were like, "Oh, this poor kid, blah blah blah. He's obviously upset. He's a kid." And it's like I don't know. He seems like a spoiled little brat to me. That's me.
You know what? He's just learning how to be an Oilers fan. That's a rite of passage.
Right. Throw it on the ice.
That's what you do.
Yeah, maybe he was just doing that. He was like, "Dad, is this how you're an Oilers fan?" Throw. Yes, son. That is how you do it.
Never been more proud of you.
But just like there's always stuff like that, and it kind of ties into the restaurant thing where it's like if you have bad service, you will publicly deride that place in hopes of getting something for free. And I feel like the only reason to post that video was that they hoped the Oilers would see it or Connor McDavid would see it and be like, oh, that's too bad. Let's invite you to a game in the box and give you a bunch of signed stuff. And that's gross. I'm sorry. Yeah. Posting stuff like that in order to get... I mean, I don't know if that's the case. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, if that's the underlying...
If that's the underlying thing, then that sucks.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Connor McDavid's only getting a 12% tip from me.
Oh, fair enough. Wait, for what? Services rendered? I don't understand.
I don't like his service.
Mornings at the Cabin, the podcast, where we cut out all the great music and you're left with the rest.
Wheeler, Ollie, Lecter, AJ, all together for this second hour on the Friday morning for Mornings at the Cabin. We got a little something for you. We're missing scenes from the cabin a little bit, so this is something. AJ, you pulled this off?
Yeah.
The internet? Found it on the internet.
On the internet.
On Facebook. So this is from a post from a first grade teacher, and it reads, today in first grade, one of my deaf students farted loudly in class, and other students turned to look at him. The following is a snippet of a 15-minute long conversation that happened entirely in American Sign Language among the group of deaf students and I. So she teaches deaf students, and this is a revelatory moment, a teachable moment for this young child. Now, we won't do it in sign language because, for whatever reason, in this...
Think of at least one.
In this audio medium, visual stuff doesn't really work.
That's not even the reason I was thinking of.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking that none of us know how to do it.
You don't know how to speak American Sign Language?
No.
You don't really speak American Sign Language.
Well, I mean, you know, you can't
sign.
Yeah, you can't sign? Huh. All right, well, I guess we won't do that then. Scott and I had it all planned out.
Okay. I guess we'll just say it out loud.
Okay, so we all miss scenes from the cabin. So we all have our part here. There's 3 kids and there's me. I'm going to play me.
You're the teacher.
I'm the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's kid 1?
I'm kid 1.
Kid 1. Kid 2?
Me.
Ollie seems really excited about it. And kid 3, AJ.
That would be me.
And we begin.
Why are they looking at me?
Because they heard you fart.
What do you mean?
Hearing people can hear farts.
Wait, they can hear all farts?
Well, no, not all farts, but some of them, yes.
How do you know which farts they can hear and which farts they can't?
You know how sometimes you can feel your butt move when you fart? A lot of those they can hear. But if your butt doesn't move, it's more likely they didn't hear it.
Tell them to stop listening to my farts. That's not nice.
Easy. Hearing kids can't stop hearing farts. It just happens.
I will just stop farting then.
Well, everyone farts. It's healthy. You can't stop.
Wait. Everyone? Even my mom?
Yep.
My dad?
Yep.
You?
Yep.
So you can hear and smell all the farts.
Some of the farts. Yes, not all of them.
Can hearing people see farts?
Yeah. Green smoke comes out of their butt. I saw it on TV.
That doesn't happen in real life.
What? Ugh, I don't understand farts.
It's pretty good.
It ends by saying, I went to college for 8 years to have these conversations.
Beautiful stuff.
And thank God she did.
Well handled.
That's amazing.
Some of the answers to these questions are fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, the butt moving one.
What? Would you clear your voice?
I know.
Before you
it doesn't matter.
Every time you get in front of a mic and you're just like,
I'm going to be partially sick right up until about April.
Great.
So this is what we're going to have to deal with.
I think that's the healthiest conversation about farts I've ever seen or heard.
Yeah.
Didn't have that when I was a kid.
Right, yeah. When you were a kid and you went to school, the teacher was like, that's the devil coming out of you.
It was a point
Cram
of
it back
shame.
in there.
That's right.
And pray for your soul. He went to a what we got, fundamentalist dogma school.
That's right.
Yeah.
Southern Baptist.
Oh, God.
In southern Manitoba.
Yeah, that's right. You were struck for dancing one time, I remember. You told that story in confidence. But here it's out now.
I was dancing naked.
That's fine. Thank you. That's why you were struck.
That's right.
The Mornings at the Cabin podcast.
Friday morning. Want to thank Copper House for being our sponsor for the last few days this week. Don't forget to order online this weekend. Pick up the pizza or whatever you've ordered through the drive-through window. Enter for a chance to win a trip for 2 to Vancouver, Edmonton, and Calgary, all before the end of the big game this weekend. Also, we're starting off a new little thing, running up all the way to Valentine's Day, sponsored by Flowers North. We want you to share your terrible date stories. That's right. If you've got them, we all do. We've all been on terrible dates. Ollie and I went for lunch one time, and it was just awkward. Uncomfortable. Remember that?
Which one?
I don't know. One of the many. But send in your terrible date stories to mailbox@cabinradio.ca. I mean, can they call the rant line, though? Like, would that count?
Why not?
Yeah, call the rant line. Tell us your own, like, do it in your own words.
I have the vague feeling I cancelled that.
You canceled
the
I
rant
don't
line.
think that many people were using it.
The rant line's canceled.
I think I saved the money.
Well, I've got a rant for that.
I got a rant line.
Well, you can't call anyone, so ha.
Well, let's just do it right now. No, that's fine.
Don't call the rant line.
Okay, don't call the rant line. Mailbox@cabinradio.ca, or you can drop us a message on Facebook as well. Just tell us your terrible date story to win a Valentine's Day prize pack from Great Slave Gifts and some flowers from Flowers North. So thank you to them for putting this up there. What a great idea. And
right, can I enter this? Because I'm going to win.
You can't enter.
You can't enter.
Well, you can enter.
Tell
but
your
you
story.
Can't win.
That's right.
Okay.
You can't
But tell your story anyway.
Yeah, tell your story. Scott and I were talking about this, and we're like, I don't really have it.
Yeah, we were talking last week, AJ, Sarah, Emily, and I about this promotion because
before you go into it all, like let's
yeah,
clear this up.
it's a really exciting promotion, and I'm sure lots of people have tons of
terrible date
stories. You just like your ears perked up immediately. You're like, yeah, I got 5.
Oh, I went and started leafing through my terrible date story notebook.
Yeah,
because of course you've documented all of them.
Well, you've been on so many dates too. Like I think you've dated more than either of us, because what we were talking about was. No, I don't mean that in an insult way, but like Lecter and I have kind of just started dating people, not gone out on a lot of dates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just kind of, you just start hanging out with somebody and then you're dating rather than going out on a bunch of dates and trying to figure out whether you like somebody. You just kind of fall into dating. Like that's just kind of happened. It happened with Phoenix and I. It happened with my girlfriend previous. And stuff like that. We work together, and you just kind of start hanging out, and you start dating. You don't really go on dates.
You kind of got to know them just through whatever, like from social circles,
kind
of combining.
And then you eventually go to a movie or something, and all of a sudden it's your girlfriend. I do have one interesting date story, but it's fairly small. I went on a date with a girl in Vancouver, and we had met at a party through a friend, and the tension was all there. And I picked her up at her house. And, she came out and she gave me a smile, and we were staring at each other a little bit. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get this out of the way. And, we kissed. Made out a little bit at the beginning of the date. The bad date
Didn't
part.
even say hello.
Well, no. No, I just grabbed her face like in the movies and went, wah! No, she was totally into it. It was completely consensual, by the way. But the bad date part about it is that, like, by the start of the date was so good. Like, all the tension's there. We almost decided not to go out. Like, hey, let's just stay in and, like, whatever.
We already made out. Let's just call it a night.
Just call it a night. No, but, like, let's stay in and, like, continue making out. And then, like, no, let's go for a date. Let's do it right and whatever. But, like, there was a lot of confidence going on to this date.
Right.
By the end of the date, we decided not to see each other again.
The tension was gone.
Tension was gone.
Spark had fizzled.
Once we started talking, it was like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't think so. So, I mean, there wasn't any really funny about it. It was just two people that didn't actually connect, but, like, the physical connection was there. But by the end of the date, it was like, oh, this isn't going to work at all.
Yeah.
No.
I've been giving this some thought, too, and I was of the same persuasion as Sarah, who basically said right off the bat, she's like, I don't really have any stories. I didn't really, like, date like that. It was the same thing as what you just said. You just started kind of hanging out with people who you enjoyed their company, and then... you just kind of develop from there.
But
so to be clear, we've taken the first 5 minutes of this break with both of you saying that you don't have any good
But
stories.
we want to end with your great story. We don't want to start with your great story and then have us peter out by saying, you know what? I've never really had a bad date. We want to work up to yours. And when I say you've dated more than us, I'm not as an insult, but you have. I mean, you have.
Why would that be an insult?
I don't know. He had a look on his face that he always does when I say things about him. It's that look that kind of goes.
It's the look that says, "Where's my tea?
Where's my tea?" You know what? I asked Pat Kane to bring you a tea this morning, and he didn't.
I did think about my first date. Do you remember your first date ever?
Yeah.
Jesse didn't seem to really remember his.
I kind of do.
I was like
6.
I've told the story of my first attempt at a date ever. But anyway,
yes, that is.
So what was your first date? Quickly.
Stuff. So it was like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And typical in middle school, it's not the I was actually asked out on a date.
Yeah,
but
of course.
But not by the person.
You're gorgeous. We get it.
But not by the person who wanted to date me.
Oh, not by a person that I wanted to date.
No. It was by her friends.
Oh, of course. Yeah, classic.
Yeah, classic.
School.
Yeah, exactly. They came up and they're like, hey, we don't know you. You don't know us. But our friend really likes you. Take a look at her. What do you think?
What do you think?
I was just like
a meat market.
she's Pretty? Yeah.
It's pretty.
Sure.
Yeah.
She's like, do you want to go on a date with her? I was like, all right. I'll try anything once.
Oh, man.
So
A ringing endorsement of any date.
just dates thrown into your lap.
I mean, I don't think I had even like noticed her. She was in a grade below me.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you're younger, and I don't think I'd ever.
That's inappropriate.
Grade
8, grade 7, no good.
It's a wild time. There are no rules in grade 8 and grade 7.
I'm dating an older boy.
So we went on a double date with my cousin and his girlfriend at the time. So they were friends.
Yeah, okay.
So we went on a double date to a movie, classic first date thing. You go to a movie. And I can't remember. It was like some war movie. It was about a...
We Were Soldiers.
No. It's about a submarine.
U-571.
Yes, that was the one. So we went to say U-571. Very not great.
Not a terrible movie. They changed the British submariners stealing the Enigma machine from the Nazis to Americans, led by Matthew McConaughey.
So I don't remember any of that.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I was just sitting there thinking, what do I do?
What did I do? What do we do?
Oh, God. I'm on a date. I have no idea how this works.
Yeah.
I remember at one point my cousin looking over at me and being like, give her the arm around. And I was just like, that's stupid.
Did she want to share long protein strings?
God, no.
Oh.
She didn't even want to talk before or after.
That's what she got her friends to do.
So this was an incredibly awkward, 2.5 hours. I can't remember how long the movie was, but ended up we walked back to her place, parted ways, and I think maybe hugged.
Nice. That's nice.
How it ended.
That's nice.
And then her friends the next day came up and said, "So you want to go on another date?"
No.
Nah,
I'm good. Did you have your long hair then, or was it short?
It was not this long.
Okay, that's why it didn't go well.
I couldn't get away with that.
That didn't go well.
Rural Manitoba,
No.
grade 7,
Anything above your
8.
shoulders is just terrible. Long
That's inappropriate.
Inappropriate. Not good. Ollie, we've worked it all the way up. I know. I mean, you have
to
goals
wait till
for us.
Monday now.
No,
It's like
you
an
don't.
8-minute break.
Yeah, it's fine. We do 12-minute breaks here.
Okay.
Okay.
You
Ollie,
got 4 minutes.
You're
This
terrible.
is like a 15-minute story, so I'm sorry, everyone.
Cut it down.
The year is 2009. And I've been...
A precocious 12-year-old.
been dating a woman called Jess for a little while.
Wait.
Maybe 5 or 6 different dates.
Sorry, can we just pause for a second? Do you have the news fader up there?
Sure.
Okay, I feel like this needs...
This is waiting till Monday at this point.
No, it's not. Go.
Just like, this is
Go.
so beautiful. It needs to be enhanced even more, so we'll get a little music.
Hello, ladies.
All right. Go ahead, Ollie.
Okay. No idea what's going on anymore.
This is
about
why you
Amos.
wear your headphones.
So, been dating this girl called Jess for a little while, 5 or 6 dates, and we were supposed to meet up at this restaurant, and I got there first in the middle of London, and she was a little bit late, so I didn't really have much to do.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure where this whole thing was going, so I texted a friend of mine, my friend Helen, who's a really good friend of mine from university, and we were talking back and forth, and I was saying, look, I think the phrase I used was, Jess had better be conversationally on fire tonight, or this is the end of this. And I sent that to Jess. So, sent that to Jess by mistake.
Bad start. Bad start.
15 minutes later, I had done the full, tried to take the battery out the back of the phone before the text sent, everything. Because I hit send and I was like, oh, that's going to the wrong place. Ripping stuff out of the phone to try and make sure that it wouldn't send, but it sent. Jess arrives 15 minutes later, sits down opposite me, puts her phone on the table, and I'm
with your text open,
and I'm there thinking, so we talked for 10 or 15 minutes, and no mention is made.
Was she on fire?
So smoldering, but not in that sense. And eventually, after 50 minutes or so, I said, "Did you get a text from me?" And she was like, "No, I haven't really checked my phone." So I just reached across, picked the phone up. This is in the days before you could lock it with biometrics, kid. And I just picked the phone up, found the text, deleted it, put the phone back down again. I said, no worries. And she looked at me like, what was that about?
Yeah.
I was like, nothing. It looks like it didn't send.
Yeah.
Put it back down on the table. I thought I got away with it. Anyway, the rest of the date was suffice to say, nobody was conversationally on fire. So a couple of days later, I texted my friend Helen again. I said, yeah, you know what? That's probably the end of that. That was a pretty dismal date. And I said that to Jess. And I was sat at my work desk at 8:30 in the morning, and I watched that one go. And there was nothing. And again, I tried for a second time in a week to like wrench the battery out the back of the phone before it was sent. And no, that's sent, and that's the end of that. She did sometime later send back a response that I couldn't bring myself to read because I was pretty sure of what it would say. And that was the end of that. So I twice in the space of 4 days managed to text quite deeply less than complimentary things to the person they were about rather than to my friend. And it's not like Jess and Helen are similar names.
No.
Twice, and the second
they're
time,
only separated by one letter in the alphabet.
Yeah. The first time was like, what a stupid move, but all right. You're thinking about somebody at the same time as trying to send it to somebody else. Fine. The second time was really the low.
Yeah, that's your brain going like, you should send this just to make sure it's cut off completely. Because that's still better than ghosting. That's still better than just not replying to anybody. Is accidentally sending a text saying, that was the worst date I've ever been on.
That sucked.
Yeah, that was... it was all very unfortunate. Jess, if you're listening, A, Y, and B, I'm sorry.
Now a member of the parliament, apparently.
Yeah, that was... No, she was very, very nice woman. I apologize profusely. But what can you do?
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Hence, I no longer respond to any text.
Wow.
Will you share another one with us? We'll put it up on our Facebook page as an example for people who want to share their stories. If you have another one for us.
Another one?
Well, not right now. No, you write it and put it on the post.
How many terrible days do you think I've had?
You said you have 5. You said I have 5.
They're not that good. That was a good one.
So no danger of Ollie actually winning the promotion.
That's right.
But
it's pretty good.
Terrible date stories, mailbox at cabinradio.ca.
Or Facebook messages. You can do that too. Right?
Not the rant line.
Not the rant line.
Doesn't exist
which
anymore.
Now is
apparently
dead. And apparently we have to erase it from the board. The rant line is dead. You didn't use it enough. Give me a minute. I'm going to talk about this for a couple
people didn't have enough rants. That's great.
That's good. I mean, that is good.
Life's just too good in Yellowknife, apparently.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have no problem ranting on Facebook, even though you can see their picture right there. But just like, I can't have my voice tied to this.
Can't
do it.
No.
All right. So just send in your stories, mailbox at cabinradio.ca, or send us on Facebook your terrible date stories. Win some flowers from Flowers North and a Valentine's Day gift pack from Great Slave Gifts. Thank you so much. Mornings at the Cabin, done for another day. Have yourself a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Check out more from the show at cabinradio.ca and by following the Mornings at the Cabin Facebook page.